Hello there, guys, and welcome back to Good Sport Reviews. My name is Lewis, and today we are going to be running through every Jurgen Klopp Liverpool signing, putting them in a tier list system, ranking them from amazing down to bad slash didn't work. Now, before we get into that, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and make sure to hit the notification bell so that you never miss a video. I think we're on something daft like 58 subscribers, which is incredible. Thank you guys so much for the support. Let's get into the video. Now, as you can see on the screen in front of me, we have 5 tiers. We have amazing signing. These are reserved for the best of the best that Jurgen Klopp has signed. Was good, just a good player. Average, one for the future for the young players who haven't yet broke into the team but do potentially have a future, and bad slash didn't work. I'm going to be taking every one of these players that you can see on the screen now and ranking them in each of these categories. Now, a few things. This is just my personal opinion. I'm not going into too many stats. This is just how I think they perform for the club. Talk about just how well they did, occasionally the transfer fee, and just going over the general sort of idea of that player at the club and how they did. There are a couple of players not included, some of the younger players. Struggling to think of any off the top of my head, but you'll know who I'm on about. It's players who just have not really featured for the club. Youth academy prospects. There's a couple in here, but nothing major. One is here. We did sign him from Celtic, actually. It's Ben Doak. And so far, he's just one for the future. He's 17. There's no need to rush him in. All these comparisons to be in the backup of Salah, a bit premature. He's had a decent start to the season when he has featured. He's just one for the future. Next up, we have Sadio Mane. Now, Mane just undoubtedly is an amazing signing, one of the best players I've ever seen play for Liverpool. Full of energy, full of tenacity, fantastic goals, amazing moments, and that's why he's in the amazing signing category. One of Jurgen Klopp's first, actually. He started that revolution of the front three, so to speak. And just it gave us some outstanding moments. So yeah, great signing. Next up, Loris Karius, and this is just unfortunate. It's in bad slash didn't work. We all remember the Champions League final. We don't need to reminisce on that too much, but the abuse he got afterwards should never have happened. I understand what he did, but it's not acceptable regardless. He's now at Newcastle. I think he was at Besiktas and Union SG or Union Berlin even. He's been around. It's just not worked for him. But hopefully at Newcastle, he can sort of get things back on track and then make a move to a club where he'll be the starter. Because he wasn't terrible, but it just didn't work ultimately. Next up, Marco Grujic, the same thing. It just didn't work. We all remember the Barcelona preseason friendly goal. Other than that, nothing really. Spells at Porto, Cardiff, Union, no, not Union, Hertha Berlin. That's the one, and it just couldn't work for him. It was Jurgen Klopp's first signing as well, actually, for around 5 million. Just didn't work. Harvey Elliott, I think he's been an average player so far. He's definitely had moments where he's looked really, really good. And actually, no, I tell a lie, I tell a lie, I tell a lie. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm going to put him up to good. Because for the fee that we got him for, the age he is, and the fact he's already pushing for the first team is incredible. And he scored some great goals for us, suffered a horrific injury, came back, scored that goal against Cardiff. And like I said, he's 20. He's 20 for around £5 million. He's already capable of playing in a lot of Premier League teams. It's a good signing. Next up, Stephen Corker, the best striker in the world, is going in bad slash didn't work. We signed him on loan in Klopp's first season, ended up playing up front for us at times. I don't know why. Let's just move past this one because there's not a great deal to say, really. It's like sticking a bus up front. Next up, Ragnar Klavan. Average. I don't think he was terrible. He had a few good moments for the club. The Burnley goal springs to mind. Defensively, he was quite switched on. He was never going to be a good signing. He's just an average player. He was decent for what we signed him for. Sold on a free. Did his job effectively as well. Joel Matip. Now, I'm going to put him in good. The only reason I'm not saying amazing, and it's because you'll see the players that are going in the amazing category. For Joel Matip, his quality, his dynamism, his leadership, his injuries over the seasons have really cost us. I would say he's our third choice centre back this season. He's pushing for second alongside Canate, but last season he was second choice. I mean, the season before that we tried to integrate Gomez into the starting position, or sorry, the season before that one, even the 1920 or 2021 season, it was Van Dijk Gomez, and it's just I think he's been a good signing. He's been excellent, but I just can't put him in amazing because of the category of players that are going in there, and you'll see them shortly. Grabara, one for the future. Not a lot to say, really. Liam Miller didn't work. Never really played, and we sold him. Where did we sell him to? I don't remember. It was Basel. It was Basel, I think it was. Solanke again just didn't work. Signed him on Chelsea after the under-18s World Cup win, and he just didn't do anything. It's not a Jurgen Klopp player. I think we signed this youth prospect who we thought was going to do well. It was the FSG model, it still is, but in a way it worked. We signed him for dirt cheap, and I think we sold him for around £25 million. We had Bournemouth by the pants, so we've just made a lot of profit off him, but he still didn't do anything for the club of note. Next up, Mo Salah, the best Jurgen Klopp signing at the club, without a doubt for me. And this is why Joel Matip can't be in this category, because Salah and Mane are up here, and I just think Matip is the league below them. But Salah, one of the greatest players in Liverpool history, deserves a statue when he leaves the club. Give him whatever he wants. He should retire here. He is world class. He's outscored Steven Gerrard. He's outscored Thierry Henry as the Premier League player with the most goals in European competition. He's scored the most goals in a Champions League season for us. He's broke every record you can imagine. He's just world class, and he is one of the greatest players we've been blessed to have at the club. Next up, Yasser Larouci did not work, didn't play, sold. Apparent attitude problems as well. Fine. Bad slash didn't work. Van Dijk is amazing. And again, this goes to the Joel Matip route where it's just, he's a league beneath Van Dijk ever so slightly, I think. But if Matip's amazing, if Matip was good even, Van Dijk's amazing, or vice versa. So yeah, Virgil van Dijk revolutionised the club defensively when he came in. I think from him coming in, there's a clear gap between the Liverpool team that was good at attacking and then the Liverpool team that was capable of winning leagues. And that changed when Van Dijk was signed. And we all remember the moments, the Everton goal in the FA Cup. Yeah, he's been unbelievable. Best centre back in the world at times. Maybe not this season, but for the past few years, definitely. Adrian, average. I don't mind Adrian. In the season we won the league in 1920, Alisson was injured at the beginning. Adrian stepped in, made some crucial saves, won us the UEFA Super Cup. Yes, he had the Champions League game against Atletico Madrid where he made the mistake there, but he's not dreadful. He's just average. A third choice keeper. What can you say? Someone who wasn't third choice, though, next up is Alex Manager. Didn't work. Signed him. Never played. Fourth choice keeper or something daft like that. I'm not 100% certain, but yeah, didn't sign him. And then next up, we have Wijnaldum. He's going good. Definitely could be a candidate for amazing, same as John Matip, but at the beginning, he was a bit poor, so to speak. He wasn't exactly the best player ever, so that needs to be taken into consideration. I do think it was a surprise signing towards the end of his career, and in that season we won the Champions League, the Barcelona match. He scored 2 goals there. He scored against Manchester City, Arsenal, I believe. He was phenomenal for the club, and the role that he did, we're still trying to fill now. But there's comparisons between Gavin Birch and Curtis Jones to Wijnaldum. He was a great signing, but again, is he quite up to the level of Van Dijk, Salah, and Mane? Maybe not for me personally. Again, this is just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Could be definitely considered an amazing signing for what he did. I just think he's the league beneath them ever so slightly. Same with Jota. I think he's been a good signing. Maybe good's the wrong word. Maybe it should go great and then good instead of average. But again, he's fantastic. He's got such a good goals to game ratio, the way he plays, the way he operates in our system. He scored vital goals, Arsenal in the semi-finals of the EFL Cup last season or the season before even. Um, he's so good, and he scores in big matches as well, which is really important. But this season he has the chance to break into that amazing signing category. The standard's just been set so high by the likes of these two that for me, Jota's good. No, Phillips average. In a sense, it hasn't worked, but that's because he just doesn't feature. He's our not even fourth now. He's like fifth choice centre back. He's been loaned out to Bournemouth and Celtic, and he just needs to leave for his own career, to be honest, because he's just not getting game time. When he did step up in the 2021 season alongside Reece Williams, absolutely loved him, and he deserved to feature more. after that, even in just the cup competitions, or maybe he featured in the Champions League against AC Milan, I believe, but still deserved more game time. Shaqiri for me was a good signing. No, actually, no. We're going to put average. So don't get me wrong, Shaqiri was great at times. The Man United game with the two goals, the Barcelona game. I remember a goal he scored against Fulham where he controls it and curls it around the keeper. He was brilliant at times, but for me, he had more average games than he did good games, and he was such a backup player. He never felt like he had any chance of pushing the starters. Key moments, definitely, but overall, an average player. It was just a signing we needed at the time, and he filled the role well, to be fair to him. Minamino, it just didn't work. I feel sorry for him, and I remember the FA Cup game against Everton. He came in, and everyone was like, he's going to score, he's going to win, he's going to do this for us. Didn't happen. He's at Monaco now. He's doing superb. I think he was trying to play that Firmino role as a backup. He wasn't liking that system. He didn't enjoy it. It didn't work for him. That's why it didn't work overall, if you think about it, really. Andrew Robertson, amazing. 3 million from Hull, and he's gone on to become the best left back in the world. And he's been getting scrutiny this season. I will not stand for it. He is out at the moment for about 10 weeks, I believe, with a dislocated shoulder. He's going to come back and he's going to be just as good. The best left back I have personally seen for Liverpool in my generation, or my lifetime even. I love John Honorisa. Robertson's better. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, I'm going to say was average. Um, in a way, it didn't work again, but before the Roma injury, he was on fire. He scored goals against Man City. He scored goals against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup a few seasons ago. He scored some big goals, Champions League goals as well in the 17-18 season. Injuries just derailed him, but he was a good player. He was released at the end of his contract this summer, just gone. And it was sad to see, but if he hadn't had that Roma injury, I just think how high his ceiling could have been. It just derailed him, and it's sad to say, really. But I can't put him in bad slash didn't work because I think he was okay. He definitely had matches where he went missing, but when he played, I thought he was okay. He was just average. Fabinho is a great signing or amazing signing, even. Can't really dispute that. Best CDM in the world at times. Came in after the Champions League defeat in 17-18. I think it was like the next day or something, or the day after. And he just changed that midfield and solidified us. Fantastic player. He's left now for Saudi Arabia. Best of luck to him. He, the only thing with Fabinho is last season his legs fell off essentially, and he was really really poor. But for the seasons before that, best CDM in the world. Naby Keita is next. Bad slash didn't work. We had to wait a year to get him. 55 plus million pounds. Was the most injury prone player. The only other injury prone player I can think of, it was Alberto Aquilani and Thiago, both of whom would go in the didn't work category. In fact, I'm just going to put Thiago there now before touching on him a bit. Keita had little flashes of what he was capable of, Atletico Madrid goal being one. But other than that, he was an expensive flop. Too many injuries. He's getting them now at Wolfsburg. I don't know how he didn't get them at RB Leipzig, but yeah. And Thiago, same thing. If he plays the Man United game, which I Gary Neville shitting his pants, and the Porto goal being just a couple of examples, he can pull the strings like no one else. But what's the point in having him there on that kind of money if he's so injury prone? I just don't see the necessity in my eyes. It hasn't worked. Alisson, best goalkeeper in the world, best goalkeeper Liverpool have had possibly ever, which is a big shout, but he's just undeniably one of the greatest ever signings. And we knew we needed a keeper. We knew we wanted Alisson. We got Alisson. There's too many moments to name, but some of it, the Napoli save, which in the season we won the Champions League 18-19, the West Brom goal, the moment he chips it over the Brighton attack, there's so many, too many to count. Best shot stopper in the world and one of the best ball playing goalkeepers ever. Kijana, however, didn't work. Attitude problems. He's now at Wolves, I believe, still. Billy Koumetio is one for the future. Good, solid, young centre-back, very tall. I think he's like 6'3" at like 19 years old or something. Scored a halfway line goal against PSG in their under-21 matches or something like that, I believe. He looks really good. One for the future. Sepp Vandenberg as again one for the future. I do feel like we probably are just going to sell him, but I want to see him have a chance at Schalke. He's looked brilliant. He's just starting to get hampered with long-term injuries, which is a bit of a concern at the moment. Next up, we have Andy Lonergan. Bad slash didn't work. He was just there as a fourth choice. He's now Everton's third choice. Didn't play. I think he was on the bench in the Super Cup game, which Adrian won us, and that's about it really. Kostas Simicas, we're going to put him in average. I think for what he does, he should be in good, but we're comparing him to Robertson. And I actually don't mind Simicas. I think he's a good player. He's fantastic going forward. A few moments defensively where he's a bit shaky and can make a mistake. We all remember James Milner slapping him across the head because of it. I just feel like there's more to come from him. He's got just signed a long-term extension with the club, so clearly they want him around for a while. As a deputy, you aren't going to get many better left backs in the world who are second choice, really. Chelsea have Colwell behind Cresswell. Not Cresswell, Cresswell. Chilwell. When they're signing everyone but Cresswell. Chilwell is the starter, Colwell is the backup. That's probably your other best option, really. Simicast for me is a great backup. Ben Davies, I'll be honest, I forgot that he was even on this list. Didn't forgot Klopp signed him, signed him from Preston North End in the season that every one of our centre backs was injured and he couldn't beat Reece Williams to the team. So that tells you all you need to know. And one player who's not in this list who I do remember was Ozan Kabak. And I am going to put, if he was here, I would say he was average. I think in the season that we got him on loan, we didn't really pay a fee for him. And he was okay at times. He had moments. Klopp didn't extend him or keep him, which a lot of people sort of raised eyebrows over. Looking back, it was the right decision, but I think he was average for what he did for us. Hey, Gordon, one for the future. He's just come back from a 17-month injury, which is, it's, it's great to see, but these long-term injuries, they can have a major detriment to a player's career. Badge Titch as well, one for the future. He's looked great when he's played so far at time, but I do still think he's not for now. He is for when Thiago leaves and maybe when Endo leaves in the future. I know we've only just signed him, but he's one for the future. Badge Titch for me. Canate has been a good signing, a great signing, in fact. He this season though he's showing us his best. Physically strong, fast, powerful, so good on the ball, becoming that leader. And after this season, he might go into the amazing signing category. I keep saying great, the amazing signing category. For now, I'm going to put him in good. Cheap that we got him. Excellent centre back with such a high ceiling. He's went far in international tournaments for his club, for France even. Yeah, he's been a great signing. He just needs to do that little bit more to push into amazing. Give it one solid season, possibly injury free, which I know is a bit of an ask, but see how we go. Luis Diaz, again, good. I just think Salah and Mane are amazing. Diaz and Jota are good. Diaz is meant to be the Mane replacement, so to speak, but you're never going to fill Mane's boots. And Diaz has done an exceptional job so far. Some vital goals. The Crystal Palace winner, or the Crystal Palace draw, even the Tottenham draw a few seasons ago, Champions League goals. He's fantastic. And this season, his form might have dipped slightly, but I still think he's a fantastic player. He just needs to do that little bit more to get into amazing. Nunez, again, the same with him. This season, though, he's teetering on going into amazing, but the price tag, 85 million, he's I love Nunez and the fact that he's so chaotic and full of what's he going to do? What's he going to do? It would stress a lot of people out. It doesn't stress me out. I absolutely love him. He scores stupid goals he should not be able to score and misses tap-ins, but I don't mind. If he's going to get 50 chances and score 25, that's 25 goals. So, yeah. Next up, Calvin Ramsey. Possibly one for the future, but he is starting to slowly creep into the bad slash didn't work category. Injuries, again, we've sent him to Preston North End on loan. Injuries kept him out of the team there. Fabio Carvalho, one for the future, but again, it's creeping into this bad slash didn't work category. Not average. He's had moments where he's looked great. The Bournemouth game being one, the Newcastle winner being another, but there is issues with Klopp apparently, and that could derail his Liverpool career, and I hope it doesn't, but we'll have to wait and see. Gakpo has been good. I've not been overly convinced by Gakpo with what I've seen. I do think he has great moments, definitely, and he's such a technical player. I've been on Redman TV a bit recently, and the guys there absolutely love him. And my argument has always just been, I think the ceiling's been set so high by Firmino that Gakpo can't just yet compete to it. And he does the things that Firmino did, which go underappreciated. So, we just I just want to see a bit more from it. I can't really explain it. Tactically, he's brilliant. The width he provides for Salah and Diaz, so the space even. He does his role to perfection at times, but I still just think of the front five, Diaz, Jota, Salah, Nunez, Gakpo. He's the weakest one, in my opinion. Slightly more so than Diaz. Alexis McAllister has been, for me, oh, put him in average. He's been good. The new signings, I haven't got a great deal to say. Alexis has been playing out of position. He looked fantastic yesterday against Nottingham Forest. Yeah, he's great signing for a cheap fee, World Cup winner. He looks like he's absolutely loving life at the club. Soboslai, if I was going based on this season's form, I'd say he's been amazing, which I know is harsh when you've got like the likes of Konate, Wijnaldum, Matip, Jota, Nunez, Gakpo, all in the good category. But I just think based on what we've seen of Soboslai this season, he's had the most man of the match awards for us so far. The goal against Leicester, the 2 assists against Forest, he's just fantastic. Endo has been average. The Leicester game and the Toulouse game, he looked unplayable at times. Every other game, nothing special. He hasn't featured much in the league. He's been getting the junk minutes, so to speak. I just think he's doing the James Milner role. He's getting the James Milner minutes, and yeah, I just think that's how it is at the moment. And Gravenberch, for me, again, good. He's pushing into the great category, but I just think he's not quite there. Soboslai, for me, has done more this season than Gravenberch has, and his ability has been fantastic, but he just needs to keep going and going, do it for a consistent run of games, and then we'll get him into amazing. He looked great in the Merseyside derby, Toulouse, LASK, Union SG. He looked fantastic. A few more games playing at that level, and he'll definitely be in the amazing signing category. And that is my list. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please remember to like and subscribe. Let's try and get to 100 by Christmas, and I will see you soon.